Yeah, people, welcome back to the HubSpot. How are you doing? It's your host, Admiral Drex, live from the HubSpot. You know what time it is. It's Thursday, where we talk about the possible outcome, looking at the games that will be happening in the weekend in the English Premier League. I have Tesh in the house. I have Manj at backstage, and I know Mark is gonna be joining us soon. How are you guys doing? It's good to have you guys around. This guy, I see you, GB, in the house. I see you, Stephanie. You're the MVP. You're the MVP, man. We need to give you. They need to get an award and send it to you, or get a gift and just send it to you. Maybe you might pull a surprise. Maybe this Easter, if not this Easter, might be the holiday season. But you will big up yourself, Stephanie. GB in the house also. Mark is right there. Like I said, he will be joining us shortly. Yeah, without wasting any more much of our time, it's the possible outcome. We're going to be looking at the game week March the 27th, right? March the 27th. Look, if you have seen these fixtures, you would know it is this week. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. First of all, I'm gonna bring my guests to the stage. I'm gonna bring Tesh. Tesh, how you doing?
Good, I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's a tough one this today. It's we're gonna also we're gonna be dwelling on the big one for the weekend, the big one, which is the Manchester City, Manchester United, aka the Manchester Derby, right, coming up this Sunday. Also, we're gonna be talking in depth, going in depth in that game. Like I said, I have minds in the building, right? Yeah, we're just gonna start. If you don't know what the show is all about, it's a show where we look at each game, and most time we don't do we do the win, the who, whether there's gonna be a win, the win, draw or loss kind of thing. But most especially we look at the game and see what the possible outcome is. Like for last week, Tesh, when we were discussing about the Arsenal Newcastle game, I was like, I don't see Newcastle scoring a goal, because going back to the history, it's always been one team doing the scoring. And Tesh was like, no, he believes that there is going to be a goal in that game. I actually was watching that game, and I slept off. I woke up and it was what, 2-0. I was like, yo, it's just gonna be. I was waiting. I was actually looking forward to seeing that if Newcastle would score, right? But when they go, I think it was 3, and I'm like, there's no way, right? Then I just left the game. I think something happened, and I left the game only for me to come back, and it was 4-1. I was like, yo, man, Tesh got this right. Also, the Liverpool one, I think Tesh got that right as well. Yeah, let me just find out from my body right here who. Okay, yeah, I am going to kick up the show with the Everton Brentford right there. Brentford versus Chelsea. That's where I am starting the show off from. Chelsea Brentford. It's oh man, in the last, like, in this game, looking at this game, Brentford have actually been awful in the last 5 games, right? But they've come against strong oppositions. Like, they've come against the likes of Man City, right? They actually won against away at Wolves. They've come against Liverpool, and they actually played Man City again, right? I think that was a rescheduled game, the second leg, and West Ham, which was their most recent game, and they lost that four. They lost that game by four goals to 2. And it's been a while. The last time Brentford actually had the draw, man, it's the last 10 games Brentford haven't had. I think they haven't had a draw. Their game has always been somebody has always won that game. The last time they had a draw, I think it was in the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken, against Brentford, against Wolves, where they actually had a replay, and Wolves ended up winning that one. But in the Premier League, in the last 10 games, right, they haven't. It's tough. You can't really find out when last they drew a game. And Chelsea, on the other hand, they've been on some fine form, right? They've been on some really nice form. They in the FA Cup, we saw that they put 3 past Leeds, although they conceded 2, they didn't keep a clean sheet. It was that game ended 3-2 in favor of Chelsea. They lost in the League Cup, right? And they took that game all the way to extra time. And it was at the death of extra time that they considered that goal. They drew City in the last Premier League game they played. They won Crystal Palace, actually won Aston Villa in the FA Cup. So in the Premier League per se, they've done what? They've won like in the last 5 Premier League games, they've lost 2, right? To Liverpool and Wolves, won at won Crystal Palace and drew Man City, and I think and won Fulham. Yeah, so it's been tough for Chelsea. So in my opinion, right, I feel like there's Brentford are due a win in this game. Brentford are due a win, although would I say Chelsea? I don't want to say. I feel like Chelsea can edge this, right? I feel like but Chelsea are playing away. So if you look at the Chelsea away's record, right, it's pretty. I would say even more like 2 losses away and 2 wins away, 1 draw. So it's been that kind of a game. But Brentford, on the other hand, if you look at their home record, not so great. But for some reason, I feel like there is a win in the card for Brentford, because Chelsea have a whole list of injuries. Chelsea have Badiashile out, Chukwuemeka out, Cucurella still out, Fofana still out, obviously. Reece James still out, Lavia still out, Nkunku added to the list right now, Ugochukwu still out. So it's been that kind of a game, right? So for Chelsea, this game, I feel like the possible outcome for this game, in my opinion, because Brentford are known for something. In the last 10 or in the last 5 games, Brentford have always scored in each game. So I feel like I'm still going to ride that lock, and I'm saying Brentford will get a goal in this game. Both teams would actually get a goal in this game. That's my possible outcome. I hope Tess is putting that down. That's my possible outcome. Brentford to get a goal. I'm riding that. I'm still going to hold on to that. And just for the reckless, or for more like a more reckless take, right? I would say Chelsea. I would say Chelsea for the win. I'm sorry, Brentford for the win in that game. But my possible outcome for this game would be Brentford. I'm going to stick Brentford getting a goal in this game.
Okay, before I go, GB, I greet you. Thank you, GB. Yeah, big up yourself, big up Seflin, big up Mark, big up Manji's here as well. First time I'll probably be doing a show with Manji. I'm not sure if I've done a show with Manji before. Big up guys. So I'll be looking at Everton and West Ham. It's more so. This one is, if you're looking at the last if you look at the last 5 games, right, for these guys, Everton have had they've basically drawn 4. They've drawn 4. They've had 1 loss, which is basically that loss you would expect, right? They had a loss to Man City 2-0. And then since then they've drawn 1-1 against Crystal Palace and 1-1 against Brighton, which Brighton is also you could say Brighton is a difficult opponent as well. And prior to Man City, they drew 2-2 to what they call Spurs. So they've had difficult games, and also seeing that they've had a 4 points added to them, because I think they appealed, and they had what they call their sanction reduced from 10 points to 6 points. So I think that's also a boost from a moral perspective, right? Looking at Everton. Now West Ham, though they've lost 3 in their last 5. 3 they've lost, which you could probably, they've lost to United, they've lost to Arsenal, they've drawn to what they call Bournemouth, but unfortunately they lost to what they call to Nottingham Forest, which we also lost to be fair. But the last game they won 4-2 to Brentford. Now, what do I think will be the outcome here? West Ham, Everton they have lots of injuries, right? Gay, Onana, and what it calls Danjuma even, and Andre Gomez. But I still believe Everton can get something out of this game. If you're looking at their last since 2021. They've only had one game whereby both teams scored. It's either I win or you win. I win or you win 1-0, 2-0, or 1-0, 2-0. Predictions now. What's my possible outcome here? Wow. Everton. Everton will score for sure, 100%. Everton will score. And this time, I'll probably say both teams to score, because I'll probably see from the West Ham perspective, they've had 3 losses. They won their last match. Probably a bit of a moral boost there. Everton also have everything moral boost from them getting an extra 4 points from nowhere. So I'll probably say both teams to score, but I think Everton will win that game.
All right, Everton to win that game. I hope you're making your note, Tesh. Let's see what. Let's see what. Let's see how that game. Who do you think would take that game? Who do you think would take that game? You think it's a draw, or you think it's more like? Who do you think would take that game? Everton will take the game. Win.
Everton will win, but I think both teams will score. But I think Everton.
That's a possible outcome. You think? So okay, I'm gonna go straight because I have to bring Manj and Mark up real soon when we start talking about the Nottingham Forest game. So I'm gonna get Mark and Manj into the discussion as well. But let's take a look at whatchamacallit now. We're gonna be looking at Fulham. Oh no, I don't want to talk about Fulham PTSD kind of thing, right? But it is what it is. Fulham, they play host to Brighton on Saturday. Now, what am I expecting in this game? I'm actually expecting more like an open game, right? This game, I believe there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. I'm going to keep it aggregate, like total sum of goals will be in the range of 5, right? So,
wow.
Yeah, in the range of 5. This is going to be there's going to be a high scoring game. I feel like, before, but let me just give you, first of all, I'm going to be looking at who the injury list for Brighton. It is still high up there. Although Fulham got two players out, we still have Jimenez and Paulina out of this game. But for Brighton, Gilmore is out, João Pedro is out, Marsh is out, Milner is out, Mitoma is out with the back injury. William also, it's more like a questionable one for Fulham. Ferguson and Wertmann, they are questionable. So that being said, let's look at what the two teams have been doing recently. Fulham, like we saw in last week, they edged United in their 2-1 victory, right, at Old Trafford, which for me it feels like it should be a confident boost for them. In the last 5 games, which overall they've actually won 2, drawn 2, lost 1, and they lost to Aston Villa at home to Aston Villa. Now they're playing at home at this time to whatchamacallit, to Brighton. Do I think they can they actually pull up something in this game, maybe a goal, a win or something like that? That's for that to decide. I'm not going to be delving into anything that's got to do with win or draw. I'm just going to be looking at what I think would happen in this game. Like I said, this game, it's going to be a high scoring game. Expect expect to see a minimum of 4 goals in this game. A minimum of 4 goals in this game. A 2-2, a 3-1, a 3-2 kind of game, right? Or maybe a 4-1. I don't know, but I would say 3-1 kind of game. But in this game, I expect a high scoring game. Now, I've been spoken about Fulham. Let me just give Fulham's home record as not. It's actually even. They've lost 2, drawn 2, won 1, right? And in all competition in the Premier League, they've actually in the last 3 matches in the Premier League, they've actually lost 1 and drawn. So they lost at home to Aston Villa. They won Bournemouth and they drew Everton. So yeah, that's how it's shaping up for them on the home record. For Brighton, their away record is not great as well. They've lost 3 in the last 5. They've lost 3 and in all competition, but in the Premier League and the last 5 Premier League games that they've played, they've actually drawn 2, right? They won 1, lost 2. So that's And don't forget that I think they were knocked out of the FA Cup this week and by midweek by Wolves. They played away as well. So I feel like their away record is not that great. Now going into this game, what do I expect to see from them? I already said it. It's gonna be a high scoring game. My possible outcome is gonna be a high scoring game, a minimum of 4 goals. I'm just gonna stick it right there. 4 goals. I feel like Fulham, with the way they play, right, with the way they like to set up themselves, they'll see space in the midfield. They like to like sit and counter, right? The Brighton side, who likes to move the ball, likes to commit to the high press and all of that. They actually played a United side which actually did something in that nature last weekend. So going into this game, they will be expecting same, if not the same type, but a similar type of game plan from Roberto De Zerbi's men, right? So that United game would have been like more like okay, we know what's coming, right? So they will utilize the space. They have runners, right? It will be and the like. So I know William is out, but I feel like they will utilize the space. Now for Brighton, Danny Welbeck is on some fine form, right? They have, like I said, I think they have a Stupenia back. The only one of the key player that's missing out for them is Mitoma, right? Who is a danger man. He's missing us with the back injury. Pedro as well with the thigh injury. So I feel like they would have enough, right, to actually go into this game to get a result in this game. My possible outcome for this game would be a 2-2 draw, a 2-2 draw. That's what I'm saying. A 2-2 draw, minimum of 4 goals. I don't know what, but I just feel like there's going to be a 2-2 draw. It's going to be a 2-2 draw in this game. Yeah, Tesh, that's my possible outcome. A 2-2 draw in this game.
Okay, before I go, let me just say, GB speaking Everton. Where's that? Let me that. GB speaking Everton. Everton to win as well. He's speaking Brighton as well to win. Big up Afra. Big up Afra. GB saying every team seems to play against United as if exactly 100% GB. I agree. Kenny fans.
No, but it's GB to answer you, right? It's more like what we've done in the past, right? Yeah, it's more like what we've done in the past. People now, they still have that fear, right, in us. They still have that fear in them, like, okay, it's United, we're going to Old Trafford, right? It's the United.
Do you think it's fear, or do you think they feel like I can get something of these guys? They're weak. It's like probably a lion that's injured, right? You say I can get at him, right? Do you think it's more like that than fear?
No, but if you look at the way we've been playing recently, right? Okay, we went 2 goals down against Aston Villa and we rallied around and came up and won 3-2, right? We've been on some. We've had our down spell, and also we've had the up one. But teams are still thinking, okay, United, they've not been so great in the past 10 years, right? But they still find a way to stay in that top 4, if you know what I mean, top 4, top 6 thing, right? So they still have this mentality at the back of their mind, like it's a United side. Most of these coaches, they want to put it on their resume as well. Like, I went to Old Trafford and I got to win right there, right? So for me, I think it still goes back to the fear United always had, right? We are not so great at the moment, but that's why people come to us and be like, you know what? Let's use this time to get some pointer from United to put it on record that actually we did this. If you notice, I can't remember the stats that was being said about Fulham not winning at Old Trafford, but they won last weekend, and that's a big, that's a big thing for them. So it's now they could actually say, okay, we've won at Old Trafford, whatever years it's been the last time we won at Old Trafford, we've actually won at Old Trafford. You can't take it away from them. So for me, it's still that name that we carry, that fear, like it's United. And if you don't put on your best performance, they will just ride you. And we almost got a point in that game. We got a point. We got back on level term. We tried to go for the win, which we, as a United player and as a United fan, that's what we want to see, go for the win, right? But unfortunately, it happened that we considered a late goal, right? So for me, they play like their life depends on it, right? But I think it's from the past. Why why now you see tomorrow's game, right? You see a Brighton will go to a Fulham. Watch out tomorrow's game. Brighton comes to Old Trafford and they play like the life depend on it, but they go to a Fulham and it's more like, our mates, So I think that they still feel like, to me, it's a good thing that team wants to come to us and actually play like their life depends on it. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Let's move on to the Newcastle. Yeah.
Newcastle and
Wolves.
Wolves, I understand what's wrong. Wolves are in very good form. They've lost one in their last 5, which is as in they've been very decent though. Very good. Very good. But Newcastle on the other hand, on their last 5, they've won just 2, they've drawn 2, and they've lost they've lost 1. But I think Newcastle they currently have lots of injuries, to be fair. But Wolves have Matthias Kuna and
I think Kuna is still injured, right?
Yeah, Kuna is still injured, and Ichan, they are out. So this one is
Ichan out as well. Jeez.
Yeah, knock. Yeah, from what I see, it says out. So a knock. But if you look at from example, the Newcastle point of view, they're not doing well, right? They're not doing well. They struggle to win against Blackburn. They had to win through what they call the penalties, right? Now, what do I think is possible outcome here? Wolves have beaten Chelsea at home. Wolves have beaten what they call Tottenham at home. But in the last 2 games, they've won Brighton and they've won Sheffield. But it's like one goal margin, which probably
difference,
well, 1 goal difference is a bit tough, right? Even at Tottenham, it's a 1 goal difference, a 2-1. I'm actually thinking, man, a draw in this game is either a draw or Wolves win. That's what I'm calling it for this game.
No, a Wolf. I feel like the home team in this fixtures have always had the upper hand in this fixture, right? Because if you look at the last 5, Newcastle have actually last 5 head to head, Newcastle have actually edged them, right? In terms of it's been Newcastle 2 wins and it's always been at home. Wolves actually won at home as well, right? So the other ones were a draw. So I feel like 2 draws, 2 wins each, 1-1 each. Then So I feel like
honestly,
this game.
I'm actually going with the current with the current form. I know the current form. I'm seeing sometimes when you're on form, luck tends to be on your side, right? Luck because you tend to make this happen, right? So and again, it's even if Newcastle win, I don't think it'll probably be a huge margin. It'll be a very very tight game. But I think for me, I'll probably to go with a draw or a Wolves to win this one.
Okay, let me get mine.
I'll change that. Just remember, like Chan is out. I'll probably go for a draw. A draw with my final draw. Yeah.
All right. Big up yourself, man, and Mark in the building. What are you saying?
Big up, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Hope you guys are all well. Big up the chat as well. Big up Mark as well, man. Big up.
Big up to the people's champ. Big up to Tash and Admiral Drex.
What are you saying? How you doing? How you guys feeling? Just stay right there. While we're gonna be talking about the Forest game, right? But before we talk about the Forest game, I just want to get you guys input on the first 4 games that we've talked about. The Manj, what are you saying? Who do you think? What do you think could happen in the Brentford Chelsea game? I was actually going to get a Chelsea fan on, but I think my timing was too late for him. He's in the UK time,
I think so. Chelsea will be. I think Chelsea will be a bit too strong for them. Obviously, Brentford at home, they'll be roared on by the home fans, but in the end, I think Chelsea will just nick it. So I'm going to go for Chelsea.
Okay. What are you saying, Mark?
I would say the same thing as Manj, to be fair, right? But at the same time, Ivan Toney in my FPL, since man be talking about him like he's so good now. So I had to back Brentford because he's in my FPL, Hoyland injured, so I had to put back in Ivan Toney. So it was one of those things. So I say Brentford on the basis if Ivan Toney is the baller that Drex like him to be, he will bag 2 goals and it will be a Brentford 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay. What are you saying? I'm going to start with you, Mark. What are you thinking? Everton, West Ham.
I know that game funny, bro. As a man was having real faith again in a player. How is his name? Bowen. Missing for like 8 games, bro. Man suddenly had a resurgence back in some goals the last game. So, he's a form player for me, a confidence man. So, I feel like it'll be a long one for Everton, but I'll go for a draw in that game, maybe like a 2-2 or a 3-3 draw, because Everton is a solid team. You can't take it away from them a bit. Then they fought back from -10 to get themselves back to where they is today. So if I feel like it will be a struggle to beat them.
All right. All right. Man, what are you saying about the Fulham Brighton? What are you thinking?
We did Everton, West Ham. We're going to jump straight on.
Go ahead. The Everton. Sorry, the Everton. My bad. Everton, West Ham.
No problem, man. Obviously, we do predictions for the happy hour and stuff, so I'm not going to reveal too much.
Oh, no. I don't want you to say who's going to win. I just what you think the possible outcome is. Yeah, just possible outcome. If Everton is going to get a goal or something like that, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Thanks for clarifying, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah. For me, this just reeks of a draw.
Oh, okay.
I can't separate these two sides at all. I might be wrong, and somebody might win 5-0 or something. I don't know. So I'm going to go for a draw.
All right. Start us off with the Fulham one. What are you thinking about the Fulham game?
You said everything I needed to say about injuries, man. I always go for home advantage. You know me, man. I'm going to pull up.
All right. The Newcastle Wolves, if I go to Mark.
Yeah.
What do you say about the Newcastle Wolves?
Munch.
Me. Sorry. I'm going to go for. I think it's going to be a tight game. Newcastle struggling. Wolves found a bit of form.
Yeah.
To be fair, you could take Chelsea out of the equation because everybody beats them anyway. To be fair, but I want to go for Newcastle just about.
Okay, Mark, what are you saying? Mark, take us through the Fulham. I know you like the. I know you don't like the Zerbi, but I know you like the way Brighton kind of played their football.
Yeah, listen, I'll be honest, I'm not saying De Zerbi's not a good coach. I'm not saying Brighton don't play good football. At the end of the day, it's a team that's doing well. You know what I mean? They're trying to get to break into the top 6 for the last 2 seasons is a difficult ask. There's a team that beat Manchester United as well, going and coming last season.
Yeah.
Even though we finished 3rd. But looking at this game, Brighton hasn't been in good form. There's another team struggling with a lot of injuries. Fulham just come off for the back of beating Man United, so they're pumped. You know what I mean? And they're at home. So I feel like it's gonna be a tough game for Brighton. Contrary to what expectations is, I'll probably call that one a draw, maybe a 2-2 or a 3-2 or a 3-3 draw, something like that. A draw. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mark is actually on the same. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I still have that at the back of my mind. If they disappoint me, then they are garbage. Mark, what are you thinking about the Wolves in Newcastle?
Wolves all day, bro. Wolves in good form, whether they are away or not. When Gary O'Neill was coaching Bournemouth last season in the last run of fixtures that they was playing, whether they was home or they was away, there was a problem.
All right,
a better team in Wolves with better players in form.
All right, yeah. So I must have missed the exit. Red J in the house. Big up yourself, Red J. Thanks for pulling up, Red J. Okay, Tesh. Let's talk about the new Nottingham Forest Liverpool game. Let's talk about the
You want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Tesh.
No, you.
Oh, it's me. It's me. Yeah, this game.
Tottenham Crystal Palace. I think. Is that me?
No, yeah, you taking the Tottenham Crystal Palace. I want to get the guys' input on this Liverpool Nottingham Forest. First of all, let me just give you what the overview of this game is at the moment, right? So we all know Nottingham Forest at the moment, they sitting pretty deep in 17th position, 4 points away from relegation, and Luton Town has a game in hand. So it's this, and they are playing guess what, the top of the league, right? Liverpool. And oh my days, it's gonna be tough for Nottingham Forest, but I feel like there is hope for them if they keep it compact. Like Nuno can do something. Yesterday I wasn't expecting them to go full throttle in terms of starting lineup against United, but I don't know what the coach was thinking. Maybe he was thinking United might just go with big up yourself, Red J. I'm thinking the guys thinking maybe United might go with the weekend squad, right? Because in the press conference, Eric Ten Hag said something about Bruno out, Bruno out, Varane, Maguire out, obviously, right? So maybe the guy was thinking, okay, our chance to knock these guys out of the FA Cup and go to the next round, hoping that they will get somebody different than other than Liverpool. And I feel like when the draw came out that it was either United or Forest against Liverpool, I feel like the coach was like, "Oh damn it, I shouldn't have done this," you know. But it is what it is. So looking at Nottingham Forest, I'm just gonna give you guys more like if there's any injury at the moment. They don't. They still have Sangare, Tavares. They have Tavares, I think, is added to the list. Chris Woods is out, Boli and Aina, and as well as Sangare all out. But for Liverpool, you have Arnold out, Alisson, Jota is out, Gravenberg out, Jones out, Matip is out, as well as Thiago. Thiago has never been fit for Liverpool. So, but I don't think the injury at the moment is actually deterring Liverpool from actually achieving their aim, right? So I feel like in this game, like I said, Liverpool are on some hot steam, red hot. If they touch anything, they touch now melts at the moment. So, but that being said, the home record for Nottingham Forest it's not that great. They've lost 3-1-2, right? And coming into a Liverpool side who have won 3 of the last 5 away meetings, right? Lost one that was to Arsenal and drew at Fulham. I feel like this game, it's one of those games that could be more like a banana skin for Liverpool, right? For Liverpool, I feel like these guys could just get in. Oh damn it. Okay. I think I'm yelling too much. I feel like these guys could come in and just pull up a draw in this game. So for me, I'm just gonna stick with the draw. I'm gonna stick with Forest getting a draw and Forest getting a draw. But my possible outcome will be the corners in this game are still going to be so high that Liverpool will be in double digits, maybe 12 corners for Liverpool. Make it my possible outcome. 12 corners for Liverpool. But I'm hoping that they get a draw. What are you saying? Mark? I'm gonna go with Mark first. Let me go with Mark, and I come to you, Tesh.
I don't know. I feel like this game gonna be a dread game, you know. Somehow I feel Nottingham Forest gonna win that game away. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
But Nottingham Forest are home.
Are you feeling? Or you're hoping?
Nottingham home, well, now self, bro. Somehow I feel they're gonna win that game. I don't know why. I just feel like they're gonna win the game. I just feel like Elanga go and do some madness. You know, Iwoni is a problem. They don't have the big keeper in Alisson fit. You know what I mean? Trent out. You know, it will be a long day for the defense of Liverpool, in my honest opinion.
All right. Tesh, what are you saying?
4K, you want Forest or Tottenham?
No. For the same Forest game. I want to get your take and I get mine's take before you.
Forex.
Then we will do
Forex. They're what they call they tend to be a difficult side recently, right? So I'll understand the beat when Mark says he sees them to win, but I think worst case scenario I believe they'll get from there is a draw or Liverpool. So it most likely to be a draw Liverpool, but I think the likelihood of Liverpool winning is way higher. But I'll say draw or Liverpool win that game.
Man.
I wish you guys were right, but I see nothing other than a comfortable Liverpool win, man, by about 2 clear goals.
All right.
I'll be honest with you guys, man.
Let's take us through the next one.
Next one, okay. So Tottenham Crystal Palace. Now, it's been almost a smooth ride for if you look at what they call their last 5 or 4. 4. If you go 5, Crystal Palace have won 1. If you go 4, Tottenham has taken them everything. Now, if you're looking at their current head-to-head, their current form, Tottenham lost recently to what they call to a Wolves. Outside that, though, they've been okay. Drawn 1 and 1-2, and again lost to Man City. One would expect that. So in this game, to not even look at the form of what they call Crystal Palace, right? In this game, although to be fair, Crystal Palace have lots of injuries. We have Eze out, we have we have Olise out, a couple of players out, right? And Liverpool, although they have Poro and Udogie out, I believe sorry, Tottenham, I mean. Although they have Poro or Udogie out, I believe Tottenham will take this one comfortably.
Mark, how's my mic sounding now? Is it better or it's still loud?
Yeah, good day now.
Good now? I think I knew what happened. Okay. Let me hear what let me hear what Manj is gonna say about the Tottenham Crystal Palace. Because now Crystal Palace have got a new Manj. It's Manj see there. Crystal Palace have got a new coach, right? Glasner. So do you think if Manj is not there, Mark, do you think there's gonna be an upset in that one? Do you think? Because I know for me, I want Crystal Palace to win. I don't care. I want Crystal Palace to win. How they win, I don't care. They should just end up with the win, right? Big up yourself, Imrat. Thanks for pulling up, guys. Smash the like button, please. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
Big up. I think Manj is back though, but I'll just keep it short. I just think Oliver Glasner is a very good coach. You know what I mean? I think the team that he took over, Crystal Palace, have a few key players that would fit the exact system he was playing at Eintracht Frankfurt, but they are a little bit better,
Okay.
What would be interesting to me would be what happens in the summer if a few of his players from that era was to come and join him at Crystal Palace in the summer. Because you have a player called Kostic at Juventus. If they put that on the left flank of Crystal Palace's problems next season. But at the same time, it's a tough game. They're going up against Tottenham, playing well. They're getting a full squad back without injuries. Somehow, I still feel Crystal Palace will probably get a draw. They will get a result out of that game, so I'll go for a draw.
Okay.
Manch.
I'm going to repeat what I said for the Liverpool game. I think Tottenham would be too good for Palace. And I think Ange Ball will deflate the new manager bounce. So I'm going to go for Tottenham.
This man win the Europa the year before, bro. I just wanted to put that out there.
Mm-hmm. I hope you're right, though.
Okay, we're not gonna. The next two, I think, Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield. We're not gonna waste too much time because we have the derby to dwell on, right? And we have to wrap up this show in about 23 minutes. So I'm just gonna breeze through. I sent you a message like you're gonna be talking about the Sheffield one, right? Yeah. So that I know. So you're just gonna be talking about them for the Luton Town Aston Villa one. I feel like I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I feel like I know Aston Villa have been in some hot form recently, right? They've been doing well, but it's Luton Town, right? We know how it is with Luton Town where they're at home. They give everything. They fight to the end, right? So in my opinion, right, I feel of course, this is an easy possible outcome for this game. Luton Town will get a goal. Luton Town will definitely score in this game, right? So I'm not going to be too forced about that one. So I feel like Luton Town will get a goal in this game. But that being said, right, I feel like Luton Town will win this. So just give me a quick one. Tesh, what are you saying?
Luton,
Aston Villa.
I know Aston Villa is good though. Come on, I think I Aston Villa will take it.
Okay.
It's either a draw or Aston Villa again. A draw or Aston Villa.
Okay, so let me just skip it. I'm not going to bother asking those guys. I know Mark would go with Luton Town for as long as they're playing Aston Villa. Mark, let me just hear you quickly before we wrap.
You already know, bro. I going with Luton Town for that game.
All right. Burnley, Bournemouth. This one, man. Was it last week? I saw a fake report from it was one of the group I'm in, and they said Company and Craig Bellamy was sacked, and somebody was like, it's soon. It's gonna be soon, right? I feel like we've already talked about this thing. I think in one of Mark's show, I'm like, I don't think they're gonna sack Burnley anytime soon. Company anytime soon, but this game, Iraola has not been. He's been on some. I think in his last 3 games, he drew one, lost 2, right? So I think like Iraola set up his team to actually want to get a win in this game. So for me, I'm gonna go with Bournemouth, right, to get 2 goals. My possible outcome in this game is Bournemouth getting 2 goals. I don't know if Burnley can actually get something up this game, but at least Bournemouth will get 2 goals in this game. Man, over to you for the Sheffield Arsenal one.
Oh my God, Sheffield, man! Do you know what? I don't know. Do you know what, Arsenal? You're going to win by about 3 or 4. Let's be real. I mean, these men scored 6 against West Ham away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be a comfortable win. I think Sheffield will score from like a little set piece, like scrappy goal from like I can't. Do you know what's crazy? I can't remember any other players. Probably like a Gustavo Hamer or something like that. So I want to go for a comfortable Arsenal win.
All right, Mark, what are you saying?
You know what, guys? I think that game that they played the other day was a good game, fair enough to them. But remember, Sheffield is a weird team. Teams beat teams 5 and 6-0 before they play Sheffield and then go to Sheffield and it's 2-1, 1-0, draw, lose, City, Liverpool. You know what I mean? So if the Arsenal high flying, it probably be going to be an Arsenal win, but I would not be surprised if Sheffield come out of the blocks because they have a few players returning from injury, including Cameron Archer, who was the main goal scorer in the games that they win. So you never know what could happen. They might get a result, but it's Arsenal's heavy favorites.
All right. Don't forget Sheffield United's home form. It's something not to even talk about. Like it's 5 in the last 5. They've lost 4, drawn 1, right? In the last 10, they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 7. No, did I get that right? Yes, 7. Wow. So yeah, but like we said, Arsenal, it's the favorite one.
Man, you saying Newcastle trashed 8-0?
Red J, we haven't talked about that one. We're gonna just
hit that at the end.
At the end, but right now we want to talk about Arsenal playing. Imran, Arsenal playing away. They are away at away to Sheffield right now. Let's come to the big one. Yeah, I'm going to start with Tess. Let me get you.
Who's playing?
Let me
Man
City, Manchester. Did Manchester?
I know. Just kidding.
Yeah. Let's.
Why do you call it a big one?
Hey, yo.
It's not a big one.
It's the biggest game in the Premier League, bro. It's the biggest game in Manchester City season. Because that's the first time and the only time the ground is sell out to full capacity every year.
I want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys a question. So when you guys see this lineup for this week, right, March the 27th, it's not an easy lineup. It's like March earlier when he messaged me, I was like, this week, this March the 27th, it is dead. Like it is tough, because you look at the games. So what you guys looking at the games? What are you guys thinking? Like, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one this weekend. Apart from the Sheffield Arsenal one, I feel like every other game in there, it's a tough game.
To be fair, that's true. To be fair, that's true. That's true. To be fair, yeah.
Because the next time we're going to be seeing something like this, I think it's March the 29th or March the 30th. And I think United gets Sheffield on that day as well. So let's talk about the big one. Tesh, get us going.
Let me see. And first of all, let me start. With United, right? It's a roller coaster, and sometimes I try to control my emotions, so I don't want to get over.
Don't balance swings out, don't we? You know what I'm saying?
It's what it called. So excited. But as a United fan, I would never go for a United to lose, right? Even if my heart is saying that's a positivity that might happen. So in this game, though, I'm thinking a draw in this game between United and Man City. I know the odds most likely it's not in our favor, but I think it's something whereby sometimes you throw out what they call it, form. I think Eric and I will probably want this one at least to get a result from here. The players also will want to get a result from here. It's a huge game, right? So I'll be going for a draw in this game.
A draw. Okay, man says a draw. What are you saying, man?
I'm just doing some maths on how many Haaland are going to score. No, I'll be honest with you. I gotta keep it real, with you guys, man. Obviously, I got like 2 scores in mind.
Yep.
Either like a 1-1 or a 3-1 to City. I'm kind of in the middle of that. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with my genuine thing. I think City will win by about 2 clear.
Okay.
Obviously, what it is, people think. Do you know what I love about these conversations? Whenever I say stuff, people think I'm playing the game. People blame me for the result, and I'm like, I'm not even playing, I'm just watching. You know what I'm saying? That. But at the end of the day, I think City will just do it.
Mark.
But we'll find out, obviously.
All right.
Mark, what are you saying?
I feel we need to up the ante here on a serious note. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna make some room here. Hold on, I'm gonna make some room. I want everybody to see the man in the picture with the circle bumping around him. Watch him good. Right? Watch him real good. You see that man there? See when that man done that white kids on Sunday against our city side?
It's
We're gonna see something. That man gonna win United the game. Watch him good. He gonna win United the game Sunday. That's all I had to say. The end.
All right. The end.
I hope because most Mark's predictions so far have to be.
Look at what Kenny Fan TV is saying. We don't even have a left back.
I don't think that would matter though. No, it will matter, but I think
yes, like you said, right? Its form is out of the window, right?
Yeah.
You don't sometimes you consider form, some of these games, but when it comes to the derby, right?
Yeah.
You tend to put form aside and face the game head on. And this is a derby, everybody come together, right? And now we do not have what's his name? Højlund at the attack, which is one of those games that I'd love to see him, right? Love to see him do, So but
that would have been a good one.
Yeah, we don't have him, but we have Rashford, right? We have Rashford up front, right? We also I think let me just I think I have the thing here. I'm gonna put it up on the screen soon when we talk about the Rashford thing, because this leads kindly into the Rashford thing. But we have Rashford, like Mark is saying, I believe strongly that this guy will come good for that game. Anthony, right? So that
Will Anthony even start?
I just
with Anthony start.
So that's the thing. My thing is, will Anthony start? Now Yao Mamin is coming in saying that I think United is going into my days. With Højlund, we had a chance, right? Now I can see us losing. I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it's gonna be that scoreline that you guys are predicting. I don't think it's gonna be that kind of a scoreline. I don't think so.
No,
what did you say though? As you say, right now, obviously, what's your preliminary? That's a good word. What's your preliminary prediction, like scoreline wise?
Mark, what did I say yesterday? It was more like I actually went for the reckless one. I feel like we can actually get a draw in that game, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know we're going to the Etihad. We can actually get a draw in that game. But if we would lose, we wouldn't lose by this margin. Worst case scenario, same scoreline as the first leg. Worst case scenario. I remember the first leg, we didn't have Martinez, we didn't have Casemiro, and we did not have, I think Varane did not start that game as well, right? So
yeah.
And then, to me, I know someone might might say I'm actually drinking the Kool-Aid. I feel like if Johnny Evans start alongside Varane in that game, right? Johnny Evans can do something against the Erling Haaland, right? That guy is in on some form, right? I was listening to Vato, is it Vato they call him on MUFC TV, and he was reading out to start, and it was like in about 82 games or 89 games, this guy scored 79 times, right? So
Ivan Drago.
So basically like a goal in every other game, or so like a goal in every. So I'm like, yo, man. So but
that's Ronaldo starts. That's a Cristiano Ronaldo starts.
Oh my God.
No disrespect,
10 years ago,
bro.
No, 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying I don't see us losing.
Approximately
losing that the era. Honestly, right? Have we lost?
Yeah.
Did we lose 4-0? Have we lost 4-0 in this season?
No.
Have we lost by? Have we considered 4 goals in this season?
No. Yeah, we have conceded
sure
4
we have?
goals, but like we lose 14 in those games.
Yeah, Bayern.
Was it Bayern?
All the games we lose 4, we lose by 1 goal.
Yeah.
No, how many goals how many times have we considered 4 goals?
3 times.
In the league, yeah?
Twice.
Oh, no, all competition.
Twice.
Well, that's 2 against Bayern and Copenhagen.
Bayern Copenhagen.
Yeah, Bayern Copenhagen. No, wait, 3. Bayern Copenhagen and Galatasaray.
So it's all in the Champions League.
Yeah. All by my brother Onana.
All in the Champions League. So see, that's what I'm saying. So in the Premier League, the max we've lost by is 3, and the max we've considered, I think, is 3. Right, in the Premier League, it's 3 goals, right? So I don't think we'll like Kenny fan. Please give me some back in here. I don't think we will concede 4 in this.
I'm googling it as we speak. I'll get back to you. One sec.
Listen, man. All I want to say is this, right? I feel like we hyping up this City team too much right now because Haaland scored some goals midweek in the cup because our team went at them. Yeah. Has he scored so many goals in the league this season? Not that.
He's the highest goal scorer, isn't he?
He on 12, 14 goals, but by last season standards, he would have been on 30 already. Right?
Yeah.
I just said.
You're right.
So his scoring rate, half or less, right? All I'm saying is this, right?
Don't forget, was injured at one time, though.
He was injured as well, right? All I'm saying is this. Even when he played against us at the beginning of the season, he was only able to score a headed goal.
How many goals has he scored this season?
And this time, and for me, honestly, the game was only shifted in their favor because they was given a free penalty for no reason, in my honest opinion. And we would never get a call like that. So I just leaving it up to the fact that, you know what, it's cool, but you have to look at this. This game is a game of history. When they go to derbies, it's a history game. Forget form, forget the team, forget the players. It's a history game. And history would tell you that United, more than likely, is usually the team to win this game. Right? If you go back the last 5 seasons, these is the kind of games we just win. We don't never really lose to City 2 times in a season. They don't never do no double over Man United.
Yeah, true.
So as long as you know that's a statistic, even under Ten Hag, they don't do the double against United. So I feel like, listen, we have a team. We could see that at least the majority of players on the field put in a fighting effort in. You know what I mean? And who's to say Garnacho do pop up with a goal or 2? And you know, if he was to pop up with a goal, it is be early. And that is only improve the way he played during the game. It could be peak. It's a game where I would say United have a chance to snatch and grab a win. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for no big scoreline. You see, I mean, we get 7-0 last season from Liverpool, but we went to Liverpool this season in Anfield and we got 0-0. And we could have had a winner at the end. You know what I mean? So for me,
Go ahead.
I just looking at it from the perspective where it's just from my perspective. You have to look at it from the derby form, not from the league form, not from Champions League, not from all comps. Because most of the goals he scored scored them against minnow squads. He don't score no hat trick and thing really. He scored hat trick against United last season, but he don't really score hat tricks against top 4 teams or top teams in world football. It's usually against minnows, like hat trick against Krevs Severa. Who are they? Young boys.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, y'all let me bring up this stat and say all season.
I've got Premier League stats before you go, Drex.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. Erling Haaland goals. He got 17 goals and 21 appearances. He has now scored 53 goals in 56 matches in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, he scored 5. Wait. He has 17 goals in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, 17 goals, 5 assists. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you might be no.
But if given the
I'm not saying he's not a bad striker. I'm not saying he's not going to score a goal against us. I'm just saying.
Nobody's saying that. We're saying, I get what Mark is saying, right? It's the derby, right? He's pumped up for the derby. We as United fans, we know, okay, we as United players would be pumped up. This would kind of lead us into the whole
thing, right? Do you know one thing though? I would say Haaland is not one that hides in big games, though. Even if it's one goal, he score.
But
what tell you that?
What Mark is telling
all logic tell you that he didn't score any Champions League final. He didn't score in any final he played.
Okay, do you want to go about the games he's played against big teams? You've counted probably.
We're talking about you're saying how big the derby is like a final. Big teams don't compare.
But well, you look at big teams, right? The United, you got Liverpool, you got Arsenal, you look at what they call in the Champions League.
When we talk about big teams, we only count European winners, bro. Arsenal is
a top 40. So Arsenal is a big team.
No, bro, they never win nothing in Europe, bro. So
okay, it's Liverpool.
Like, I don't rate Tottenham. Tottenham for me is top 6, not top 4. So you know what I mean?
Okay, it's Liverpool a big team?
Yeah, how much he score against Liverpool?
But so I said he doesn't hide.
He doesn't hide.
He always performs. He doesn't hide.
Well, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, you're making it seem like he's a man that show up in big games with goals. And if you had to show up in a big game, for me, big games. When I talk about big games, I'm talking about cup finals, derbies. Them is big games for me. You know what I mean?
It's got 3. It's got 3.
Against United last year. Okay, cool. So, no problem.
That's a big game.
Test. Last year was his
debut season.
His debut season, right? But coming into this season, right now, there's a start right in front of us. In all competition, 30 games, 27 goals. Of these 27 goals, he scored 5 yesterday.
Yes, I agree. Yeah,
against Luton. So when you look at this start, you'll be like, "Oh man, this guy."
No, he has had injuries this season too, though.
And this is his bad season as well. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying
there's an average. This is average season, guys. To be honest, because even in the German league, he never scored more than 30 goals.
So I'm thinking right now.
He was averaging 21, 22 goals.
And hear what this is another thing. I actually was going to echo this, but Mami put it up right there. He said United's biggest problem. This is our problem this season. We are too easy to play against. We are open. We are like you're like, just give me 5 Canadian dollars and you have access to me.
Admission.
We are not asking for much. We just say, just give me something. It's not like I just want to collect it so that people don't say I didn't collect anything and whoa, voila, I'm open to you, right? So it's we're too easy to play against. We're too open, like what Yamami is saying there. So against Liverpool, right? We're able to, like, I don't know how we managed to get a draw in that game, right? I think we should have even gotten a win in that game, if not
100%. Because
if Ireland has taken that his chance properly, right? So, man, you wanted to say something?
No, I just made a few pauses there. I can't lie.
Of the 40 chances Liverpool had, the actual amount of chances that was on target in the game. I just asked.
No, but that Liverpool game, I watched that Liverpool game, right? Like I big up to you for actually trying to give us stats, to give us context and everything, right? But that Liverpool game, my man, I'm gonna tell you this. I watched that game, right? And it wasn't you see that statement that Van Dijk made, that was a fallacy of a statement, right? Because the best chance fell to United.
The 3 biggest chances of the game, United had a 3.1 XG and Liverpool had a 1.127 XG.
So for me, if we keep it that way, but the truth now, the downside to that is like what Imran Khan is saying right here. The downside to that is we don't have the Højlund, right? So because when Højlund was there, we could see how the front three were complementing each other, and we're excited because this was something we've been crying out for the beginning of the season, right? But we saw it. They were trying to get the guy involved. When he actually broke that drought, the Premier League drought, the tap just opened, the faucet just opened, and it was getting goals. I think he got a goal in every game. He was one of the young. I think he's got
the youngest player. Record. 6 games, 7 goals in 6 games. Youngest player. Only Van Nistelrooy score more, do more.
Now that he's out of the equation, right? I feel like, man,
I don't think he out, Drex, because the report on FPL, report on the FPL today was Højlund was out until March 30th. And tomorrow's is Friday. Is Friday. I mean,
you say March 30th, February 29th?
No, not March, February 30th. I mean,
okay.
No, wow, my bad. March 30th for real.
Okay.
I thought
Whoa.
Whoa.
What happened?
So because I know they said he wouldn't play this. There's no point rushing him into this game because I know we have a 2 weeks break. 2 weeks international break. I think after next week, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Really?
I'll double check. Yeah, we have a 2 weeks international break in March.
Huh?
Yeah,
I can't wait for international break because we will
I
get
know,
back
man.
some players fit, bro.
Yeah, for me, I like the international break when I sound
major
selfish,
tournaments.
I like the international break when we are not riding, where we are not on any good form, right? If we are doing this whole roller coaster thing, give us break. Let us, let United fans just take off and just go into the international break, not having to think about the team. But if we are on some hot form, like the way we were, if we had had a win against Fulham, and maybe Man City game we get a draw, and maybe the next game we get a win, and we're not having to go into the international break, I'm pissed because I just feel like the momentum will drop when these guys come back. But the international break gives almost all clubs, if they don't, whether they like it or not, it gives them that breather to actually say, okay, you know what, let's reassess what's happening. And those that are going to be injured, those that are going to fake injury, can fake the injury. Those that are injured can actually get 2 weeks more to get ready. And so for me,
hey Drake, sorry to cut you off, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
When did you say the international break was?
I think it is in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks from today, if I'm not mistaken.
It's on the Saturday of 16th of March after the FA Cup game against Liverpool.
Oh yeah, so
okay.
Yeah.
So Hoyland will not be there.
So that's 2 weeks from. That's 2 weeks from 2 weeks. And
yeah,
2
that's
days from
but
tomorrow.
That's if he really out that long to it because you never know.
Because the manager said
say it was a small injury.
Yeah, 2 weeks. They were just going to take a precautionary thing, and 2 weeks. But that aside, let's focus on if he starts, it's a plus for us, right? Now let's focus on the guy that we think is going to start, Marcus Rashford. He came today with. Today we saw. I don't know if everybody was big up to you, man, for sending me that link about the old Rashford. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen for you guys to see. I know a lot of us actually seen that interview. They watched the interview. Me, I actually read it, right? So, yeah. Can you see the screen? Yeah, this is it. Let me see. No. I don't think it's big enough. Let me see if I can increase the.
No, it's straight, bro. You're talking about to read the words.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you could pull it. True.
Is it better now? Let me see. Yeah, I think I can read it now. Yeah. So this is what Rashford. I actually read all the thing is if you go through. At first, when I saw it, I'm like, man, in my head, I'm like, man, do you really think I'm gonna read all of this? This is a lot, man. But I was like, you know what? It's Rashford talking. Let me actually listen to what he's saying, right? And a lot of it here were made sense. Some of it I didn't really pay attention to it. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You have to say what you have to say. But this end part actually got me, right? I won't lie. This if you back me, good. If you doubt me, even better. There were a few. I think all of us already. So I'm just gonna get your take. I don't know, Mark, you've seen it already, right? So I'm just gonna get your take on each and everyone's take on what they think, and maybe also those in the live chat what they think about what Rashford said in the interview. So Mark, let me start with you first. What are you thinking?
The only way Rashford can silence his critics is for him to start and perform on the pitch. Yali, thank you so much, my brother, because I couldn't put it more eloquently than that. That's the only, for me, at the end of the day, he could say all of these nice, fancy things. And yeah, true, I will be honest and say, listen, I might be hard on the kid, but I expect a lot from him because of who he is and who he's hyped to be. What he stands for, all those things. He's an academy bred talent. Mancunian born Marcus Rashford MBE. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, bro, last season for me, I wanted to sell him before last season even start. I was like, sell him 90 million from PSG, grab it and run. Let we go. New players, right? He come and he bagged 30 plus GA. I was like, all right. Was mad, but I loved it. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I always want to see a United player perform at the best of their possible ability, Hats off to the lad for pulling up that season. But 27 games into the season, and it's like, bruv, where are you? So for me, I just want to see him come out and perform on the pitch. I'm not gonna be like, yo, anything like that. I can't really criticize the young lad because at the end of the day, he's a human. You know what I mean? And as much as I have a high expectation for him, you know, sometimes it's just not your year, not your week, not your day, not your month, might be not even your year when it comes to certain athletes and things. So if that's the case, that's the case. But he really and truly, for me, the only way he could silence anybody criticizing him and earn the respect of the fans back to where it's where he wanted to be is to perform on the pitch. The end.
All right. Man, before I get your take, I like this second paragraph right here when he says, "I'm not trying to be to have a go at the media, right? I understand the game. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. They are not really writing about me. It's like they're writing about the character Marcus Rashford. It can just be about me, a 26-year-old lad on a night out, or a lad getting a parking ticket. It's got to be about how much my cars cost, guessing my weekly salary." All of that, right? So there is a tone to it. Let's just leave. I like the fact that some of these players, they know the media that's out there to get them, right? And also there's another paragraph down the line where he talked about the media coming at him because of what during the pandemic, right? I think it's let me see. It's in the I'm going to bring it out for you now. He was talking about during the pandemic how what he did because of what he did during the pandemic. The people, the media, and some people were actually coming at him. So it's been more like, okay, whatever Marcus Rashford does outside football, right? They would blow it up out of proportion. So for me, when I went through this whole interview thing, right, I saw a play. I didn't think I didn't think it was needed to do this because of course we have Man City on Saturday. You brought this interview, and if we get smashed up on Saturday, you've given the media another tool to bury you with, right? So I'm thinking, okay. But when he said that thing about during the pandemic and because of what he did in that time, people were coming at him, and it feels like that's the reason why things are going the way it is. I was like, yo, that's true though. Like, it is true. This guy, on the one hand, he hasn't really helped himself, right, in terms of performance-wise. But on the other hand, I think what he did, because I think I stand to be corrected here because I'm not I don't live in the UK. Maybe Manch can shed more light on it. But I feel like he went head to head with the then prime minister, right? So, and it didn't go down well with a few persons in power, quote unquote, and they've been out to like look for anything to nail him with, right? So that's all. That being said, I just feel like this season was not what he was last season. There must be something going on, right? Maybe this interview might have given him the opportunity to clear out his chest, to clear out what's in there, what he's been wanting to say, right? Now that it's out there, he feels lighter. Then, because if you look at it, if you read this thing too, right? I mean, he talks about where sometimes when he gets a dark spell or is in a dark corner, he goes try to sort it out himself. But if he can't, then he look for somebody else to talk to. And by doing so, he gets free. So now, having done this interview, I'm like, okay, that pressure that you've been bottling inside that maybe has been affecting you mentally and affecting your performance as well. Maybe that pressure is off. Then would now going forward, will not towards the end of the season, we might see the Marcus Rashford we saw last season. But that, all in all, I feel like it was a good interview from his angle, right? But Mark, Manj, what are you thinking? What are you saying? Do you think the timing was great, or do you think it's something you should have just done at the end of the season, then make it look like like a review to the season and actually just put it out there? But do you think you should have done it? The timing was wrong, or you think nah, it's okay?
I'll be legitimately honest with you guys. He shouldn't have done it at all. You know what I mean? He should have left his talking on the pitch. I mean, it's easy to come up with these dissertations, what we're seeing on the screen, but at the end of the day, you refer to what he did with the feeding of children, which is great. We love that. We appreciate it. We here in the UK, we love it. Obviously, you spoke about the government. We won't really delve into that too much, otherwise we don't really want to delve into different things. But I'll talk about it after affair with you guys. But my thoughts on that. But my thing is, you should not, obviously this is done now. It's in the spotlight. Next game, who we got? Man City. Consistently show consistent basis, be on form. For me, this Tribune thing, I think it was written ages ago, and obviously since the spotlight was on yesterday, because obviously I don't know if you guys noticed that the camera was on him throughout the game yesterday in a bad light.
Alan Shearer was saying a lot of stuff about him yesterday as well.
So yeah, this is just a way for him to get like some fans back on side, if that makes sense. But for me, he must prove himself that he's worthy of playing for United. So that's where I'm at. It's obviously PR, but here we are.
Tesh, what are you saying?
No, I probably just echo the same thing Manch echo, right? So silent critics, right? Basically, you just prove yourself. You do the talking on the pitch. Right. So if he's doing the talking on the pitch, it's fine. But I know understand he's also a human. And I think that's one thing sometimes where we as fans, right, we tend to what they call put on the other side. But again, him being human is also a professional athlete. He's part of that 1% that actually got there. So he has gone through several rigorous times. He's gone through what his mindset is very strong, right? So for me, though, it's fine. Like Manch mentioned, this could be a PR from his camp, but I think in terms of Marcus Rashford, it should just be focused on trying. I know he's going through a tough time because it's not easy. It's not easy, probably. And also, I think it might be Manch as well, which probably someone mentioned, but he doesn't feel. I don't think he's inspired playing for United. I probably think he needs a different challenge, something to basically.
Yep. No, but that statement right there you just made, he addressed it here. He said, for someone to think that I don't have the motivation to play for United, that person don't know. He actually addressed it. I read this whole thing back. So I hear what you guys are saying. Yeah, go ahead.
You could know one can speak, right? But they say action speaks a lot of voice, right?
100%.
So he might probably be having difficulty inside in trying to do what he has to do. But I think it more so like everyone has said, just do it on the pitch. That's all. No one cares what happens outside.
I know. I know, Mark. You test yourself. You keep it neutral, right? In terms of I know all four of us here, but I know Mark has a certain level of expectation, like we all do. But when it comes to Marcus Rashford, Mark is, you could tell sometimes he goes extra critical of the player, right? But I'm going to bring this Mark. So do you think if it was who's the player I think you like to? Okay, do you think if it was a Bruno or an Anthony that's putting out this statement, do you think your reaction would still be the same thing that Yao Mamin actually said a while ago?
Look at it like this, right, Drex?
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, a player should always be doing all the talk he have to talk on the pitch. At the end of the day, this is not a job about PR. I don't care about that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about what social media think about none of those players, bro. Because at the end of the day, everybody's a human being. Nobody is without sin and without fault. Some people make mistakes. Now, we could sit here and say, well, the gravity of some of those mistakes is abhorrent and whatnot. But in some situations, we don't know all the facts. Just like with Marcus, we don't know what's wrong with him. You know what I mean? He was engaged last summer. Now he's not engaged anymore. That had to be doing him a number. You know what I mean? All kind of things. The same thing with Anthony. I was kind of, in a way, I would have rather Anthony not go and speak to the press and thing like he do and whatnot. And, you know, put a statement real short and sweet. You know what I mean? Your legal team fighting the battle, this and that, and boom, done. But at the end of the day, you know, social media they always want an explanation. It's like, no offense to the fans, bro.
Hold on to that talk, right? You know how you said something about, you know how social media is, they've always want an explanation, right? But don't you think he's giving the social media faithfuls an explanation as to what the pressure he's been going through? Don't you think it's something that he should do, because you don't want people just believing in their own assumption?
Why?
Like some of No, but some have actually questioned his loyalty to Manchester United in recent times.
Fair enough to that. And it's true. I just watch him on the field and say, bro, I wonder where we're really going through his mind. He don't look like he want to be there. Right? But at the same time, my opinion is my opinion. And that might not be the truth. It just looked that way to me. Now, if someone want to take their opinion and say, well, that is law, and that is the rule, and that is the fact, I cannot say, well, bro, that's their opinion. The only difference is now when the way they deliver that is that, like, this is a fact that they know for a fact. Now, I would look at it like this. We don't need to know the truth. Like, we don't need to know all that information, bro. What you going to do for us? Like, at the end of the day, if you look at everybody here, we all have private lives.
Yeah.
These fellas playing football. Yeah. So because they're playing football, they shouldn't have a private life, bro. Like, let me be honest. Social media should not be demanding all of this information from these players because they really don't have no entitlement to it. It's more about just saying, well, you want to know because you feel you have a question that needs to be answered. I just think that Marcus Rashford he putting himself in between a rock and a hard place with this statement.
People just know it, man. That's what it is.
Exactly, bro. And just like Man said before in his comments, he come out with this statement at the head of a derby. First and foremost, that's just one game. We have like Liverpool and other games coming up the following weeks.
Yeah.
Every game is going to be a bloodbath if he is not on his A.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not going to be from me. Contrarily, it will be from the media because they will be like, well, he said this, and they will list this quote from this paragraph and whatnot, and say, well, he said this, but look at him today.
True.
You know what I mean? I think it might seem good, but you always had to weigh up the options, right? Look at Mason. Whatever happened, look what's going on. His head down. You're not hearing no comments from him. He's not complaining about nothing. He's not making no fuss. He's not putting out statements every week. You know what I mean? The only statement you hear from Mason Greenwood is, listen, I don't want the FA to prosecute Jude Bellingham for what he said. End of text, the end, let me move on. And his football
is what doing his talking. Yeah. Because we got barely 2 minutes and 20 and some change to go. Manj, let me ask you this question before we get to Tej. At what point do you say humanity, the fans or social media have to now look at a player's humane side? We have to put humanity into the fray as well. And we know they are paid heavily to do what the job that they are doing, right? And for Marcus Rashford in this case, he loves what he's doing, right? They put their body on the line and everything. But at what point do we say, okay, you know what, these guys are actually, it's a long season, or it's gonna be a long season, right? There's gonna be of course there's roller coaster at the moment, but at what point do we not say, okay, you know what, these guys are human, right? Let's cut them some slack. At what point do we do that? I know as fans we want to win all the time, but at what point do we will bring all of these variables into consideration and say, you know what, let's allow these guys give them some room to breathe?
You see, the reason why that would happen because there are a lot of Southampton fans out there that require too much of these players. They can't separate the player from the outside world. They're saying, "Oh, this guy should be training. Why is he partying, etc." They did this with numerous players in the past, and it will continue to happen again because of the social medias, the way things get leaked, the channels that people are spoken on. And that's about it. Social media rules everything, man. You can't get away from it anymore.
True though. Tej, I'm gonna get your take. So you just believe like Rashford should just silence the critics with his performance.
Yeah. So to me, just again, do the talking on the pitch, and again, people should understand though these guys are human, and like mindset, which is correct. They expect too much from them, too much. Like they want to,
the expectation. Do you think is
I think honestly, no. Sometimes right, it goes out to probably some people are angry with how much they make. Honestly,
okay,
I think so. Right, so for me, that just focus on
sometimes.
Envy, it's real, bro.
I feel it, yeah. So if I'm angry with the money they make, right? But I think he should just focus on the pitch, and once he's good on the pitch, no matter how much he makes, and it's fine.
All right. Manj, any final words from you? The game, what you think? Any of the fixtures is right there. What do you think? Your final words?
Yeah, man. Final words. Thanks for having me on as per usual. Thanks to you, Drex, Tesh, Mark, as always, chat as
Big
well.
up.
I look forward to us being the man of the matches again for this season. And yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Big up.
All right.
Big
Big
up,
up
my
yourself.
bro.
Big up yourself, man. Mark, any final words?
Smash the like and subscribe. D-Hub TV, guys. If you're not a member, get a subscription. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're here when we're live. Check if you're not seeing this live and you're watching this in a later on viewing, don't forget to leave a comment, maybe leave a criticism, leave a question, leave something, say something, how you feel about the games. There's 10 games that we spoke about and a lot of good content from the guys. Thank you to Admiral Drex, Tesh, big up to Manj, big up to everyone in the chat. Kenny Fan TV, Yali with the stats. Gonna have to call him Stats Man Yali soon.
Oh, yeah.
Imran Khan is coming in.
I like when you
Big
pull
up to
with
all
the
of you
stats,
guys.
man. I love that guy.
Yeah,
You should
Big
call
up
him
Reggie and
Stats Moment. Call him Stats Moment.
Yeah, I need
Stats
to. Yeah,
Mamin,
we're
you know what I
gonna.
mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys, don't forget there's before I get test final, there's Power Hour, football Power Hour tomorrow, happy hour tomorrow on football Power Hour. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and we're gonna be streaming to Day of Sport as well. So keep it locked down, and don't forget tomorrow we'll get the power prediction. You can leave your power prediction in the comment section of this video. Send it to the right people to key it in for you guys tomorrow. Yo, Tesh, your final words
guys, I
before
will
we
be
go.
creating that power predictions layout for tomorrow. It will be up by 5 p.m. tomorrow mid-evening, so you will be able to drop your predictions there before Saturday morning.
Makes sense. You heard it from the man himself. Tesh, any final words?
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Marsh. Thank you, and Mark. Thank you, Drax, and thank you everyone in the chat. The only thing I'll say, United, please, do me proud, please. Do me proud, please. Do me proud.
All right. Yeah, you heard it from them. For me, I would just say we also as fans, we have one job. I will keep saying this until the fat lady comes on, or fat lady sings how they say it, right? But also as fans, we have just one job. Don't focus on the manager's job. Don't focus on the player's job. Focus on your job. Your job is to support the team, support your football club. That's our job, and it feels like we are derailing from the core principle of that job. Just keep it locked down. Keep it. It's your club. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. You support the players until they're sold. That's how I like to say it now. Support the players until they're sold. Until we see you guys again, it's been a pleasure having you guys along with us. Having the likes of Mind himself, we like to call him the people's people. Mark, also you can check out Mark on his okay. You can check out Mark on Mark and MUFC fan channel. I'm just gonna bring it up here for you to see. So, because sometimes people tend to, oh, where's it? Right, yeah, this is it. You see the name right here, Mark and MUFC fan. That's the name of the channel. Just key it in, and it would just pop up Mark's channel for you. Subscribe. He does the morning review. He does his shows in the morning. He gives you transfer. He keeps you up to date with the under 18s. Yes, I say that again, with the other under 18s and the under 21. So if you're looking for someone to actually give you an insight to what's happening with the under 21s and under 18s of United team, it is Mark and MUFC fan. Don't forget, you under 18s, under 21s. You see the prospect that are coming up, Shea Lacey, the Fletcher Sons, and all of that. Mark has them covered. So guys, big up for having for joining us on this stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is a good night from us here, right from I'm from the Atlantic region, yeah, and Kesh is on the eastern side as well. We just want to say a happy weekend. Take it easy. Catch you tomorrow on Football Power Hour. Bye for now.